Hello and welcome. This is Vivian welcoming you to Mystical Adventures. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are going to be exploring how to make friends with your body. How is your relationship with your body? It is the vehicle that carries us through this magical life, isn't it? And some might argue it's the foundation for a lot of other higher level spiritual work. If we don't have the foundation of our body, then we can't do so many other more expanded things in this magical earthly life. So we're going to be talking about our relationship with our body and ways to make friends with your body if you haven't already done so. There's so much, it's so loaded. There's so much body hatred and body criticism out there. So let's explore today how to love our bodies and begin to be friends with them. I would like to announce that after this show, I am going to be doing a Facebook Live, which I'm going to stream from my Facebook page, Creative Psyche Studio. And that Facebook Live will be me doing an April forecast for the month ahead using tarot and dividing it up by zodiac sign. So I'm going to be pulling cards and tuning into the energy of each zodiac sign and telling you what messages and energy I see for the month ahead, April. That's going to be on my Facebook Live right after the show at 4:30. So hop on over and you can watch the archive show of the shows after me, and if you want, on A1R. And I am going to be putting that on my YouTube as well after it's posted. So don't forget to join me for that and find out what your monthly energies and forecasts will be. You can tune into your rising sign for your physical experience, your sun sign for your overall energy, and your moon sign for your emotional and intuitive experiences in the month ahead. So I'm excited to do that. And just a reminder, April 20th, my friend and colleague Lorraine Kanata is going to be joining us. She's an Ayurvedic practitioner. I can't wait for her to tell us about the doshas. Before we get to today's topic, and then I'm going to take a call, I want to read the Spirit Helper message of the week. This week, an Ascended Master came to me, an Ascended Master in the form of Solomon or King Solomon. He is associated with the Old Testament or the Jewish Bible, the Jewish Torah, divine magic, manifestation, banishing demons, among other things, which is interesting because we're going to be talking about banishing some emotional, mental demons when it comes to body image today. So this is the Spirit Helper for the week of March 30th, 2021, King Solomon's message to you. Realize your own perfection, and realize your own perfection, and you will attract gold into your life. You were put here to achieve abundance. You were made in the image of your Maker. And by allowing yourself to think big, dream big, you open the doorway to these abundant experiences. Do not cloud your vision with other people's small thinking. Learn to steady your mind for higher awareness, even in the midst of others' blasphemy. And you will catapult your life to a higher level. Your life will unfold as you unfold your thoughts. Energy follows energy. That message reminds me of how we are learning to appreciate our own body, mind, spirit. And we're going to be talking about that today, especially appreciating our body in the midst of others' projections, criticisms, ideas about ideal weight and beauty and attractiveness, and what others might be focusing on isn't necessarily what's good for you to focus on. So let's talk about today making friends with your body. Our bodies are the sacred vehicles by which we're able to move through life. And they can mirror our relationship with ourself, our deeper self, the earth, And with the general feminine energy, our bodies are made up of solid matter, but what is solid matter? It is simply very dense energy. And this dense energy, this matter, reflects our inner energies, our thoughts, our vibrations, your chakras and your aura. Your psychic energy is a reflection of what you're projecting emotionally and with your thoughts mentally. And you will notice in your body a vitality or an imbalance depending on your psychic energy. Some of the time you might see that connection. And of course, there's other factors involved, genetics and your environment and your God-given or genetically given predisposition. A lot of other factors are involved. But one factor that definitely plays into what's going on with our bodies is the energy and the vibrations that we're emitting. So and studies in biology and psychoneuroimmunology and a lot of other areas in the scientific fields are beginning to discover there is a relationship between our mind and our bodies. So our bodies are also an important reflection of what's going on with us mentally and emotionally in some ways. And if we can use our bodies as tools for understanding how we're navigating, how we're trying to move into greater balance and vitality, they can be a great tool and a great map for steering yourself in the right direction. And on that line of thinking, it's so important for us to take care of our emotions and our bodies. We often think about taking care of our finances, our family, our house, our emotions even, and we often think about taking care of our bodies related to, do I weigh the correct weight? For most Americans, the question is, am I thin enough? So I want to kind of challenge you on that if that's you, my dear listener, my dear viewer. If your challenge is thinking about taking care of your body only or primarily based on if you're thin enough, that can be a very destructive pattern. So I just want to encourage you to pay attention to your relationship with your body in an expanded way, not just with your weight. And maybe you don't struggle with a challenge relating to your body related to weight. Maybe you are actually feeling you're underweight and you're too thin and you want to gain weight. Or maybe it's you're pretty happy with your weight and you're pretty happy with your body. I do want to talk a little bit about that when it comes to your relationship with your body, because it's so widespread. And like I said, how is this related to anything mystical? This is, after all, mystical adventures, and because our bodies are the vehicles for this life, and they are the foundation in a lot of ways for our experiences. If we have vitality in our body, if we are balanced in our body, we're able to explore the higher levels. And we're able to tap into these expanded channels of energy, these doorways to higher consciousness. If we're taking care of our bodies and have a good relationship, it can enhance your relationship with your higher consciousness. And some might argue a sickness, a brush with death could actually inspire you or motivate you or encourage you or push you into a spiritual awakening. And I believe that's true as well. But what I'm talking about today is focusing on a positive relationship with your body that can help you grow in your health in mind, body, spirit. So we live in a diet-obsessed culture. I'm not saying anything new. Probably you knew that. Everywhere you look in the grocery store, there's magazines. For women, at least, what do they say? This diet, lose 10 pounds, quick way to tone your abs. It's constantly filled with diet-obsessed weight loss messages and images of women and men too of a particular body type. And there's a lot of research that's being done about how this is really not helpful. It can be very destructive. There's some studies that show this destruction. In one study, it was a survey, most 18-year-old women surveyed said they wanted to lose weight. From the National Organization of Women at now.org, they referred to a study that reported at age 13, 53% of American girls are unhappy with their bodies, and this grows to 78% by the time they're 17. 40 to 60% of elementary school girls are concerned about their weight or becoming, quote, too fat. Now, a lot of research has been done on women and body image, but of course, it's a growing concern among men. There's a growing number of men diagnosed with eating disorders and anorexia nervosa. There's growing body image dissatisfaction among men. It's usually not as based on weight and slenderness. It's usually based on weight and also muscle, if I'm muscular enough. Some more research from this site, a majority of girls, 59%, reported dissatisfaction with their body shape. 66% expressed the desire to lose weight. 46% of 9 to 11-year-olds are sometimes or very often, quote unquote, on diets, and 82% of their families are, quote, sometimes or, quote, very often on diets. Studies at Stanford University and the University of Massachusetts found that 70% of college women say they feel worse about their own looks after reading women's magazines. So we have an overemphasis in this culture on being thin. You can never be too thin or too rich. I beg to differ, at least about the thin part, and looking a certain way. For men, it tends to be more athletic. We are so hard on our bodies, and there is so much dissatisfaction, even hatred aimed at our bodies. This can be very destructive to our health, our physical health, our mental health. When we're stressed out, when we're anxious, when we're feeling lower self-esteem, it has an effect on our immune system. It has an effect on our digestion and heart rate. It has a physiological effect, and some studies are beginning to show it's actually harder to achieve things like weight loss when we're in a state of anxiety and dissatisfaction. So it behooves you, whatever your goal is for health, to shift to appreciation and a positive relationship with your body. In the larger context, hundreds, thousands of years ago, most of the world was agricultural based, and many more people were focused on getting enough calories to get through the day, getting enough food to survive. And there was a different body ideal. We here in the modern Western culture have shifted to, since the age of technology and the industrial age, we have shifted to more of a sedentary lifestyle. Much of the world that falls into this category has noticed a shift in our access to food. Not everyone in the modern Western world. Certainly there's still people starving all over America and the Western world and the world. But many more people have an abundant access to food. And so with that has come a shift in the ideal body, which is now for women much thinner. And I think overall the ideal is a lower body weight and a certain body type. So that's in the bigger context of things. And I want to share that to acknowledge the bigger context, but encourage you to really challenge that. Beauty standards come and go. What is considered ideal or sexy or beautiful comes and goes with the generations. And there's usually some sort of sociological component to why something is considered. Often there's a sociological reason for why something is considered attractive. So pay attention to how you feel about your body and where this feeling comes from. If you're feeling positive and appreciative of your body, wonderful. And maybe you can garner something from this show that you can share with your friends who are struggling more with their relationship with their body. But if you are noticing that you have some perfectionistic tendencies, you struggle to appreciate your body, and you focus your relationship with your body, you focus how you feel about your body based on your weight, then to question that and to question where you're getting this message that weight equals health or weight equals beauty. And to be able to use discernment with what messages you allow yourself to be exposed to on social media, on the things that you watch on your computer or TV. Pay attention to what images and messages you're exposing yourself to. And if you notice that you're exposing yourself to material that is making you feel bad about yourself, maybe it's time to change. Let's talk about some more tips for making friends with your body temple. Stop comparing yourself to others. Are you looking at those images or other people or the magazines or social media and feeling like you're coming up short? Try and avoid looking at that social media or images of people that are making you feel like you're not good enough, that are unrealistic. Remember that we come in a variety of shapes and sizes, and it's normal. Ask yourself, what is the healthy size and shape and look for me? How can I appreciate my appearance and fall in love with myself, my body as is? Appreciate your own unique beauty. Different is good. We don't all want to look the same. In Ayurvedic medicine, the bodies are divided up, human bodies are divided up according to different doshas or energies, and they're different body types. So they're appreciating that there are different body types, and not everybody looks the same or has the same type of energy in their body. If you do want to lose weight for health, I support you and I encourage you. If you do want to lose weight, gain weight, or for health, I encourage you. If you are happy with your weight and embracing yourself as is, I support you and encourage you. But I just want to encourage you to ask yourself, why do I want to lose weight? Is it because underneath I don't appreciate myself and love myself? And am I being unrealistic about my goal? And if so, it might be time to redefine and renegotiate your relationship with your body temple. Ask yourself, how can I appreciate my body more aside from my looks? Here's an exercise I want you to try this week, if you dare, my friend. Name 2 things you like or love about the way your body looks. So 2 physical attributes you appreciate. All right, Anne. Well, I hate this, this, and this, but I kind of like my hands. Okay, it's a start. And I kind of like my smile. Or maybe it's easier for you and you can say, Anne, I love 15 things about my body, and I'm going to name them now. Try and come up with 2. And also try and name 2 things you appreciate your body that are something that your body does for you. I'm going to give you some examples. I so appreciate that my eyes can see the beauty and majesty of this earth, of my beautiful loved ones. I appreciate my legs that can walk and take me around, move me around this earth plane with such freedom. If we can appreciate our body temple for what it does for us, if we can appreciate our body temple as a sacred vehicle for moving us through this life, as a teacher for helping us understand how to balance our energy, for the beautiful experiences that it offers us through our senses, we can begin to heal our relationship with our body. And I want to just encourage you to explore that this week. And it kind of relates to Solomon's message about, even if other people around you are talking about weight loss, weight loss, weight loss, I hate my body, I hate my body, you can stay strong and stay steady and repeat to yourself, I appreciate my body and I'm going to treat it with love, whether I'm working on losing weight, getting more fit, or just loving my body and being healthy. I love my body. We are now going to take a call. I see my producer has let me know we have Marlene in LA. Hi, Marlene. Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, thanks so much for calling in. I'm great. We are talking about our relationship with our sacred body temples today. How would you say your relationship is with your body, Marlene?
It's love and hate sometimes.
Love and
I'm
hate.
wondering if you can help me with that.
I can relate, Marlene. I think many women in this country struggle with that. I do too. I think it's all about working with our psyche and being that rebel and that rogue and not paying attention to what the media or the mass messages are telling us is ideal, right? And
Yes.
appreciating our own natural beauty. Marlene, how can I help you tonight, my friend? Would you like a general reading or do you have a specific question?
Uh, yeah, let's do general. I mean, whatever you can pull, and
Sure.
I'm sure that would be the message that I need to hear anyway. So thank you so
I would
much.
be happy to. All right, just a moment of silence as I tune into your energy, Marlene. Well, as I'm tuning into your energy, I feel an abundance of just channels of things flying at me, that there's just a lot of choices and opportunities and fast moving energy around you. And it feels like you're very focused now on timing and making decisions or figuring something out with all of these options related to timing and fitting it into a certain time or schedule. Does that make sense?
Yes, very much so. Like I'm
So
getting
what's
job
the
opportunities, things like that.
Ooh. Yes, congratulations. So you're having to make some decisions based on these opportunities coming to you?
Yeah, but I have two children, so I really have to kind of navigate and see like what is how can I best do that without leaving them, at home because they still homeschool, So like when I
Okay, so
have an
how to kind of
older one, so
negotiate.
that's not that bad. Yeah,
What's that?
I have a 20-year-old and a 10-year-old, so but I
Okay.
still want to be
So the
involved.
10-year-old
So
probably
I'm like a stay-at-home
higher
mom.
priority, right? For so you're trying to negotiate the homeschooling with the job possibilities.
Yes.
Okay, well I pulled some cards. Um, I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, Marlene, and it's okay to take a beat to decide. I think you have a minute to make a decision. Like you don't need to make it tonight, but I feel like part of it is maybe just not putting so much pressure on yourself and giving yourself
Uh-huh.
permission to make the best decision you can, knowing that there's no perfect decision and we're all just making the best decision we can. Is it possible that one of these jobs involves you, like, it feels like it's pretty stationary, like you don't have to do a lot of travel. I don't know if you're working from home, you would be working from home or doing something virtually,
Oh,
but
I
it
would
feels like,
love to work from home.
yeah, I'm feeling like it's either really close to home or it's working from home, or you wouldn't have to travel that much. So that would be helpful for some of these
Oh my
job
God, yes.
opportunities.
Do you see
Yeah.
that happening for me? Because actually, I wanted to do like Facebook Lives for, maybe selling crystals or doing something that's creative.
Hmm. Well, I think you could do that on the side. And I feel like you have a very calm, grounding energy, which would work really well with reaching out to people virtually. I feel like you are getting job offers and you're going to get something that you feel is you're able to use your gifts more in this job. And I'm not sure exactly what kind of offer it will be, but I feel like you are going to get something, or maybe you already have gotten something that honors your schedule and your relationship with your family. And I feel like the offers that you're getting, there's at least one that I'm feeling they will work with you about your schedule and needing to coordinate, around your children and things like that.
Oh, wow, that's
But I
good.
feel,
If I have the opportunity to do that, that's great.
yeah. So you are interested in possibly doing like a side business of the crystals.
Metaphysical. Yeah, anything
Yeah.
metaphysical is like, I'm into astrology. I have tons of crystals, but I don't want to keep them all.
Well,
So
I
it's
pulled
just
an abundance
that's
card,
something
three
untapped.
of, what's that?
It's something untapped that I haven't really, had the time to work on until now.
Yeah. Well, I pulled the Three of Pentacles, and it is an abundance card, and I feel like there's definitely potential for you to make more money doing this, Marlene. I feel like the Three of Pentacles is also encouraging you to get more training around this and to maybe take a class, study with someone. And as you work with groups, I think you'll have more opportunities to learn and grow, and then also expand your business doing these things. But I think you are going to get a job offer that you like. I feel like they're all around you, and I feel like they are going to respect your schedule, and you're going to find something that is going to be in harmony with your schedule. And you can, be discerning about this so that you don't have to, choose homeschooling or a job. So I'm really excited about you, Marlene, and your job prospects, and balancing all this family stuff too. We are coming to the end of the show, but I hope that was helpful, Marlene.
That's extremely helpful. Any positive guidance is well taken, so I really appreciate all you do.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm so excited for you. Well, thanks so much for calling in, Marlene. Take care, and stick around. I'm going to do a Facebook Live. You too. Zodiac reading if you have time. Take care, Marlene.
Oh, of course. I will, of course.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. I want to thank you for tuning in today. And don't forget, my beautiful soul, I'm doing that April forecast by zodiac sign using the tarot on my Facebook Live Creative Psyche Studio. So check that out. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you next show or at my Facebook Live. Have a beautiful, blessed week, and love your body. Take care of your body.